have zero direction with where this video is gonna go. I don't know. Lately I've been feeling like I want to vlog, but I don't have necessarily like any specific topics in mind. I normally just kind of go off the cuff with things that are going on in my life. Well, to a degree. I still like to keep private things private. But that said, it's like I've learned a lot about myself over the last few months. I am a huge proponent of therapy. I think it's super important that people get it. A buddy of mine, John Romanello, I remember reading something of his not too long ago, and somebody said he had a Q&A on his Instagram story, and somebody said something along the lines of like, how do you deal with toxic people, right? And he had a really great response, and it's like, and I totally agree, and it's, people aren't toxic, they just haven't dealt with their traumas, and so because of their life experiences and the traumas they faced, they react, or the behaviors are in alignment with those things, right? But if we deal with those traumas, we face them, we seek to become better human beings, then we are no longer toxic, right? And to assume something is toxic, that means it's really gonna bring you to your death almost, right? It's gonna make you super sick. We all are human beings with a ton of variability in our life experience. So we can't project and say that somebody's toxic or this person's wrong or that person's right or whatever. Like, the best way to deal with becoming better is to work on yourself first and stop worrying about everybody else and what they might be doing or not be doing. Another thing. Henri just turned 3. He has taught me a whole lot about patience. I remember in the first year of having him, there were several times where I was like, he might be better off in another home. And the reason why it had nothing to necessarily do with him. He's the dog that I got. It was because I was projecting much of my insecurities and inabilities to take care of another being, another creature, and thinking that this person, that Henri needed a better life somewhere else, that somebody else could provide better. But remember, like, this is all about learning, right? Life is about learning. And honestly, like, having him has completely changed what I want to do and how I respond, even if he does annoy me. And anybody that's been around me and Henri knows that I'm like, dog, stop being so annoying. I'm like, stop being so annoying, or Henri, you're so annoying. But then everybody knows that I love my dog. Everybody knows that I love Henri, and Henri is the greatest dog on the planet, even when he does have his annoying moments. But yeah, it's been totally one of those things, especially I would say the last year of having him. Now he's, like I said, he's turned 3, he's getting a little older. I mean, he's still a puppy, but like, he's me with a Frenchie. Like, it's crazy how much we are exactly alike, which is really scary. But yeah. Okay, anyway. Go back. And I hate all his hair. Ugh. It's the only thing I hate about having a dog is his hair. Something else that came to mind. I had this thought in therapy, and it was, why do we want authenticity? Why do we say, oh, I want nothing but honesty and authenticity, and I want this and want that? To be vulnerable, to be, all this other stuff. But then the moment that somebody does that, you don't, like, the person who says they want these things doesn't actually like these things. Do we like the idea of vulnerability? Do we like the idea of honesty? Do we like the idea of truth? Do we like the idea of authenticity? Or do we say that just to kind of echo the tropes and the Instagram memes and all this other stuff? Because I've really been, as someone that loves to meet people and loves to build or needs community around them, it can be a bit frustrating almost, right? When people are like, oh, I love honest relationships, but then you give honesty or you're yourself, and then it might be not what they want. But I'm like, that's okay. Like, it doesn't devalue me, right? It doesn't devalue you. There's something to be said about wanting, loving the ideals of something and actually loving this thing, right? Ideals are great, but you have to actually live them out, right? Your behavior, your actions, they must be in alignment with that. So these are just some ramblings, some thoughts that I've had in my mind. I have a lot of them, so I might just make several videos about certain topics, but yeah. Let me know in the comments. Do we love the idea of, authenticity, and do we love the idea of all these cool, great, desirable ideals? Or do we actually like the work? And do we like doing what we have to do, right? Because the hypocrisy in all this is loving the ideal, but shitting on the action. You can't really do that. Yeah, if you want what you want, your actions have to be in alignment with that. So, yeah, just some thoughts, and that's it. So, comment, like, subscribe, and we're gonna keep on going. Peace.